already is.
On purpose.
It already is.
It's already happened.
No, I'm talking. What I was talking about is
Carl Sagan was sent up into space.
Yeah.
Nimoy was sent up into space.
Well, I think not entirely.
Well,
some
part of his cremation.
Yeah. It's like what I was talking about was where they take a whole bunch of people up into space and then release them, and then they make a meteor shower as they burn through the atmosphere.
Possible.
Yeah. Like if you got 200 people and they all pulled their money and then release the 200 coffins and then
Well,
see a meteor shower.
Don't you think they actually literally sent Nimoy's ashes into space?
Yes.
Absolutely.
On one of those. On one on that, and then I think Lieutenant. What I don't know what her Nicole Michelle.
Michelle Nichols.
Michelle Nichols. Yeah.
Nichols.
Yeah. She went into like with SpaceX or something. Yeah.
So yeah, talk to Bezos or Elon Musk. You know.
Yeah.
They're the guys that are doing all the space stuff. NASA won't do it.
No.
But private will.
Yeah.
Ready? Hey.
And growth, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Another way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Forward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Forward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Forward. 1.
We'll be closed Saturday and Monday.
I saw that.
Labor Day.
6, 7, 8.
Well, Michael's going to be at the lake.
Probably. Yeah.
Most everybody else will be celebrating the end of summer.
We're probably just going to do some home and practicing forms and working out. Yeah, there's a lot of things I can do.
So, were you involved in that young lady's self-defense thing?
1, 2,
Yeah, I saw a clip on the news, and I'm like, yeah, that's scary.
8, 9,
Yeah, I think it was Gary and
4, 5.
I think one of the other students. Her name's Adrian. She's like a stocky lady who's actually a black belt, and she's a black belt in history.
3, 4, 5,
Yeah, hitting people with sticks is always.
7, 8.
You know, she does blades as well.
Yeah.
Other way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Where are those knees, Andrew? Where are those knees?
9.
The more flexible your knees are, the less problem you're going to have with them.
Hamstrings.
Anybody got anything particular you want to work on?
Well, all of it.
Andrew, do you have anything particular you want to work on?
Oh.
Distracted.
Oh.
His butt cramped up on him. You got anything particular you want to work on, Andrew?
I'm thinking about it.
Thought you were just thinking about your butt friend.
My butt friend?
This is an interesting thing. In the height of the feeling uncomfortable, I decided to check my blood pressure. Came back sort of interesting, reading 118/85. So it's high on the systolic. Yeah, and normal on the diastolic. Yeah. So
Most doctors are more interested in the second number.
Yeah.
Systolic. But it does sound more
like an anxiety issue. And like I've been doing qigong and doing meditation every day, so it could be that had I not been doing that, I would have had an attack or something like that. But
you're under constant stress to produce your hormone.
Yeah.
But you knew that going into it.
Yeah.
So, but it doesn't matter if you knew that or not. Your body is going, oh my God!
Yeah, it could be.
You're freshly engaged.
Yeah.
And all that shit's hitting you.
So it'll be good. At least what'll happen probably is tomorrow we'll go to the clinic and at least confirm that it's not a heart issue. And if you can get a confirmation on that, then I know what to do about this.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, you say you had a panic attack?
No, it's just symptoms that sound that like just feeling odd in the chest and like I felt my pulse and there was a little bit of an odd heart rhythm for a little bit, and so it's just something that needs looked at probably. But if it's not an actual heart issue, then it's probably anxiety related.
Yeah, it wasn't a full blown anxiety attack.
No.
It was just anxiety.
Let's see, they're painting their house over there.
Yep.
Once.
You know what they put
It's
into
been
that?
happening
They put
ever
into that
since
paint
11
job?
o'clock today.
So they had it all scraped down.
Yeah, I saw
But it
that.
happened on Sunday for about an hour as well.
$42,000.
To paint that house. To scrape it down to wood.
Yeah, it is good.
To repair, and they scraped it, they repaired the wood
Yeah.
and stuff.
Well, is that a 3-story or 2-story house?
Well, it's considered a two-story.
It's a two-story. Is that little office space up
Right.
there?
And they never count the attic.
Right.
No.
It's two-story house.
But they are very tall attics in those old houses.
But $42,000.
They did power wash that thing so it was down the pan.
They didn't power wash it. They got up there and scraped it off.
Scraped it manually.
Well, I thought that was.
No,
Honey
no.
knives.
Well, no. They had
Scrapers.
Scrapers.
not scrapers, sanders.
Yeah.
Oh, sanders.
Electric sanders.
Yeah.
So it took them 2 weeks to get down to the wood all the way around.
Now you have an idea how much it costs to paint your house.
And I ain't gonna pay that because they ain't gonna do that much work. I just want a layer of paint put on
Yeah.
Well, yeah, it wouldn't be. So if you're not scraping, because like they're scraping it down
down
to
to
be
the wood.
totally fresh
Yeah.
and painting it a totally different color.
Right.
I'm saying if you wanted to do that.
Yours would be touch
But
up.
no, I wouldn't want to.
They would, if I was gonna put that kind of money in, I would have them first of all take all that asbestos shingles off of it.
Oh wow.
And I have to take all that off and then dispose of it, and that's
Yeah.
probably $5,000 right there.
Oh,
You know,
geez.
and it all depends on what the wood looks like underneath all that. They put that stuff on in the 50s. So that wood might be rotten under there. I have no idea. It
Probably have
hasn't
to
seen
paint
light.
2 coats.
Huh?
Probably have to paint 2 coats.
Well, yeah, you gotta always put a primer coat on anyway,
Yeah.
if you want it to stick.
Yeah, I had to paint my dad's whole deck and a little playground in our backyard whenever he and my brothers were on a camping trip. I go down.
$2,000. They can
Like,
afford a bank loan for that. Unless they got a shit ton of money stacked.
Well-
away.
Sean makes good money, but I don't know if he makes that much.
Don't ask me for that kind of money. I'll have it.
And he's a crane operator, so I know he makes close to $200,000 a year.
Yeah, they make good money. Crane operator, where at?
Bolger.
Oh,
And Annette works for
Does she do something with immigration?
Yeah, she does.
I think you told me that a couple of years ago.
You know, as a matter of fact, one of her families from Somalia lives down the block here.
Oh, really?
Down close to 13th Street. They're always looking for help also. But man, talk about a high stress job.
Yeah.
Because you're dealing with people's lives, trying to save their life for one thing.
Yeah, it's not a job I want.
And having,
enough at work.
and having to use a lot of discernment.
Yeah.
Because depending on where there can that can be kind of dangerous.
You know, she has to follow legal means to do so, of course.
Uh-huh.
But that doesn't mean other countries respect that, our legal means.
Right. Yeah, you have to be checking up. It's like, is this actually your kid?
You know, there was
Stuff like
one.
that.
There was one family. She was able to get the mom over 1 year, the dad over the next year, and it took another 6 years to get the kid over. So this was a long-term thing for one family.
I would assume the kid was of legal age.
By the time he got here.
Yeah.
That's expensive.
Well, I mean, I'm saying like.
Plus, yeah, Levi's right. Plus, it's family expense.
Yeah. I was talking about like if both parents wouldn't go if the kid was 6. Yeah.
And by the time he got here, he was.
Yeah.
I think that they started, he was a minor. But again, different country. I don't know what they consider adult in Somalia or wherever the hell it was. She worked primarily in the Middle East and Africa. But she's also got some of the Ukrainian refugees working with them right now.
I remember that was so interesting when I was. There's a sort of thing where it's like I heard it and he was so open about it that it just threw me off guard. But it was one of my. I only took one class from him and it wasn't a good class. It was an interterm, and at one point in just discussing how virtuous his family and his family's church denomination is. He's very proudly telling us about how essentially his son was involved in a human trafficking operation to traffic people from South America into the United States across the southern border. And it's like, he said that, and he's like, I'm pretty sure that's illegal. Like, he just told me that about something like running an operation, not just doing it a couple times.
Human trafficking is a very
well, right, but I mean, like he's basically
awful.
saying his son was a coyote, but he was doing it for free. So it's like that's a little bit that's kind of sus, as the kids would say.
That's a pretty serious issue.
Yeah.
Kansas is a big hub for human
But-
trafficking too.
Well, yeah. Then you think about it, like you go, who do I call? The cops? I mean, like,
Well, and we've got some of our own politicians engaging in that.
Oh, they
Not
have
in
for
the
a
way
long
you
time.
think, but DeSantis and Abbott bust those people out. Unfortunately, it was minors that they did also, and they're looking at those two for human trafficking violations.
I heard Disney employees in Florida were involved in sex trafficking recently.
For a
I don't
while,
know where
talking
you-
about Disney.
I don't know where you heard that.
Anything on the internet.
Podcast too.
I won't be
Very little
surprised.
that I believe on this thing. Very
Well, I
little.
wouldn't be surprised because some of the content's Disney coming out with.
you just have to be careful with confirmation bias.
Right.
That it's like if somebody you disagree with says it,
Now,
then there's a chance it might.
Michael
yeah.
knows that whenever whenever somebody says something like that, and they want to, if it's just a passing comment, so what? If they want to prove it, prove it. You know, come up with, give me references. I don't believe shit what Fox News says. I don't believe shit what MSN says.
I don't believe any of those news
I know.
networks.
They're Reuters, NPR, and AP is the only 3 news associations that I listen to because they're true. They just report. They're not biased. Everybody else, local, NBC, CBS, ABC, they're all biased one way or the other. So I only listen to, and I've done my research on this just to make sure, because I want to know the facts. I don't want to know history. I want to know the damn facts about it. Because truths range depending on what's opinion. Truth is not truth. No such thing. It's opinions. So give me the facts. What happened? Not one's interpretation of what happened. What actually happened. Does that make sense? You'll find that that's very helpful when you're trying to get out of a legal problem because of fight. You want to be able to tell them the facts. And not, just because this son of a bitch did this, you don't want to engage in that. Gentleman, he accosted a young lady I was with. I stood up and I punched him in the face. He fell over and broke a chair with his face, and that's what happened. You don't want to engage in the blame game.
This person did it. That person did it.
Be careful how you word that, though, because in that scenario, I think you're getting arrested.
Probably. If that's what happened, yeah.
But I'm saying he accosted her, I punched him in the face.
And he fell
So you have to define accosted.
Right.
I said, if he grabbed her,
He
and then I
groped her, yeah.
he grabbed her, and then I went, because I can accost somebody without touching.
Well, that's true.
Yeah.
It doesn't work.
Yeah.
Like you said before, don't be there.
Yeah.
One of the reasons I don't go to bars.
I don't go to bars very often. Once in a while, I'll go to a bar.
I haven't been in a bar in 40 years. 40. Easy.
I would say
I mean, other, at a hotel, yeah,
Yeah, a little different.
I would say probably the safest bar. This would be interesting to look up. Has there ever been police called to headshots? I would actually guess not, because the population there is almost entirely nerds, and nerds don't fight.
Yeah, but the problem is a bully coming in there.
I suppose.
Yes.
Right, but I think that would be interesting to look up. Has there ever been a police report in which headshots is involved? I would guess actually. I would guess one, just to be safe.
I know
One time.
I've never been in it, so I don't know.
It's very relaxed atmosphere.
The last bar I was in, he was with me actually. It was in Kansas City, Hall of Fame event.
Good.
And I mean, it was a tavern, food.
Well, yeah.
alcohol. It wasn't a dance club or anything.
It was more like a restaurant which has
Yeah.
food, which has a bar in it, sort of like Applebee's has a bar.
Right.
Yeah.
It's like Mulligan. It's not far from where I live. I've been in there for like over a year because last time I was in there, I just got this vibe. I'm like,
Isn't it a restaurant though, or is it?
it's a bar.
It's a bar.
It's a bar and grill, but it's like,
It's like a sliding scale. Is it
Okay.
Is it a restaurant that has a bar, or is it a bar which sometimes serves food? Like
You know,
it kind of goes
the
back.
Port
and
of
forth.
Wichita down
yeah.
southeast. Pretty rough bar.
Yeah.
That was the last bar I was in.
The
I wasn't going to that one anymore
Port,
either.
Port of Wichita.
Yeah, I wasn't going to that one.
Yeah,
Which,
No
which,
more.
one, which one was it? Ridge Runners? You said you threw somebody out the window and
no, it was
then it
Revolution.
closed.
Revolution West.
I do like to go to Twin Peaks.
That's a restaurant though.
Yeah.
I mean,
But they do have a bar.
They let
It's a bar
kids
restaurant.
in there, so.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's like the,
Yeah,
that's like the PG-13 version of Hooters.
Yeah.
They let kids in Hooters too.
What's Hooters rating?
Who's really good? I like.
PG.
High PG-13.
They still let kids in there. We just ate at Red Robin for the first time ever.
Yeah.
I think there was.
It's big food. Like if you get a cheeseburger,
Yeah.
huge.
Yeah.
It is big.
it's actually 2 cheeseburgers.
It's like Jimmy's Diner used to have big hamburgers. Now all of a sudden, they're squashed, miserable patties. I'm like, what the hell happened to you guys?
I've been there 3 times. Every single time, all my burgers just fell apart. On my first attempt, I'm taking a bite.
They used to have a chicken fried steak in there that covered it.
Oh, Jimmy's Diner.
Well, back when it was Cox.
Oh, Tox Coffee House.
Yeah.
There's a place called Rail Hoppers off
Yeah,
of,
Yeah, that's good.
That's good.
their chicken fried steak is big too. I was like, this is a neat place.
I try to avoid the big food anymore. Trying not to be so big myself.
First time I went in there, I got the chicken fried steak, and I got
They have a mushroom burger, dude.
Whoa, this is pretty big.
They have a, well, it's not a burger. It's a grilled portobello.
Yeah.
It is delicious. It's delicious. Meatless, delicious. Well, it's you know, the Anchor downtown. That's what Rail House is. It's its second one.
Yeah.
They're redoing the Anchor downtown. And
I've heard of River City Brewery's pretty good.
it's pretty good.
I was in there a couple times in the past. I don't get down to Old Town very much. It's rare I go down.
Yeah, that was a crazy thing that I heard. I'd have to look it up again, but Neil deGrasse Tyson was talking about mushrooms, how crazy they are. And one of the things that he mentioned was genetically, I think he said it was genetically, they're very close to the same genetic structure as muscle protein.
No,
Or something like
no.
that. What was it?
What he was talking about was the divergence from mushrooms to people
Yeah,
is closer time-wise
yeah.
than from mushrooms to green plants.
Oh, yeah. So basically, mushrooms are closer to,
To us,
which is why he said that's why his theory as to why mushrooms are a meat replacement.
right,
Yeah. I like the one where it's like they hooked up that whatever synthesizer to the mushrooms.
oh, yeah,
And-
yeah, made music,
Yeah, it's like
yeah,
now of course they're
they do have their own vibrations.
it's just translating the electrical signals into
If you wanna hang out on the board up there, feel free to do that, just don't tack it the wall.
Speaking of Tom's Coffee House, I was only in there one time when I was a kid.
Well, it's still
Once.
there,
It's Jimmy
it's now a
Fallon
Jim's.
now. Yeah, I know it was Tom's for a
And
long
Marina
time.
said it's still owned by the same people.
It is.
Yeah, so they just
The
changed
King
the name.
family.
Yeah.
Well, James King was, James Senior was the original.
Yeah.
James Junior took it over, and now James Third has it.
Yeah.
So
Which is
Jimmy
like Jimmy.
is the last one.
Yeah.
But yeah, I knew all those guys back in the day.
Yeah.
Their office was there on Douglas and Hillside. And I worked for a window washer that we would meet there every morning.
Yeah.
Before we went to work. I got to know
Yeah.
James Senior and Junior and at the time, teenager.
That's kind of cool when you can establish a routine like that. To go, like going out to eat
Well, it was
someplace
just such,
before work.
he lived not too far from there, so.
Yeah.
We were gonna get coffee.
Yeah.
And get my orders.
When did you work at Tom's Coffee House? 80 something?
I worked there, oh gosh, it was 70,
Oh.
79 and 80.
Oh, okay.
But I only worked for food because I like to be hungry. I was,
He was a bouncer.
I was the bouncer. I was the one who chased the walkouts at 2 o'clock in the Friday morning.
Go on, get out of here.
No, the walkouts chased them for their
People
money.
dining and dashing.
Oh, that.
I chased those guys.
Oh.
That was fun.
Chased them to their car.
If they made it to their car.
Yeah.
Most of the time they did.
I'm sure you could run pretty fast back then.
One guy, he took off across Harry,
Oh, no.
and he was booting it too. And I caught up to him and I stepped on his heel just as he was stepping up on the curb. Right? And he went, wow! And knocked himself out.
Yeah.
That'll do it.
Yes. And
So what did you do? Frisk him for?
no, everybody came around it, running around. I'm like, and this is how you build a good reputation.
Yeah.
Because I'm standing over there like this. Oh, I just knocked this fucker out. Kind of.
My action caused him to be passed out. Yes.
I didn't actually knock him out.
The real story's cooler, but I'll take it.
Yeah.
But I'm saying it's like, what, did you wait for him to wake up and say, Tony?
No, I hauled his ass back in and the
Yeah.
manager did.
Time to pay up.
They called the police.
And then they called the cops.
Yeah.
We ain't got anybody. Okay, guess you're going to jail. Then.
Remember when the,
Gone are the days of now you'll wash dishes for 2 hours.
like they had Pee Wee Herman do.
Yeah.
When he couldn't pay for his food, he had to wash dishes.
Yeah, me,
I do know some of them will, like, if you were honest about it, like if you ordered too much and then you realized that you didn't have any, if you were upfront and said, I ordered too much food and I can't pay for it, what can I do? Then that would be a different situation.
No, these fuckers, I had two that split and caught one, and he told me where the other guy was supposed to be. So
Ah,
I walked over, grabbed him.
they actually had a plan.
Yeah.
Not
Behind the laundromat. No problem.
So you just walk around watching for people?
I stood right up front.
Yeah.
I stood there like this. Right
Said
beside
you
the
had
cash register.
said you had a clean line to sprint right at the door. Yeah.
There was a cigarette machine back then.
Yeah.
Out, they got this little alcove. They had a cigarette machine right out there. And I kicked a guy through the double doors, and he hit that cigarette machine. Boom! And we were getting free cigarettes for like 2 months. Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
Back in the day when I couldn't get arrested if I wanted to.
No cell phones in those days.
So that-
No picture taking.
People
Must get a
only
big
got-
Polaroid.
And I would assume the cops would kind of, if they got called to something like that, they would say, settle this without us.
Not at the time, they picked them up and took them down.
I mean, like if two guys got in a scrap.
Well, yeah, back then it wasn't that.
Yeah.
Such a big deal.
Right.
Does anybody want to press charges? No. Okay, well, we're out of here then.
Yeah.
There's no reason for
Like,
it.
why'd you call us?
You know.
Like, we're.
And laws have changed since then.
Yes.
Cops can press charges on you.
Yeah.
You know.
If they
and-
see you do it.
Well, no, that became because of life battering, domestic violence.
Where the
Because
where she will
most,
say,
she
I
will,
won't.
no, I'm not going to. And the cops go, fuck this, I'm going to.
Right. But I think in that case, they have seen the evidence with their own eyes.
Right.
And so therefore it's too much, because like you say, I've seen the bruises and the blood, so
Yeah.
that is the crime and I will get it.
But they can, they do have the power
Yeah.
to press charges.
Right, like as an example, if like the cop sees someone smack somebody else in the face, even if the other person says don't worry about it, the cop's like, no, I saw it, and so that's why I'm
Well,
going to.
and again, it was like your first, you
Yeah.
saw the evidence.
Yeah, I saw the evidence.
Yeah. If I'm standing over a bloody, guy, and he's knocked out, and I'm standing there like this, it's a pretty good evidence that I knocked this fucker out, one way or the other, whatever it is. So yeah, nowadays, I'm going to get arrested.
Yeah.
However, I do have age
Yeah.
and injuries on my
Yes.
side.
Mhm.
You know,
Did Paris's treatment stick, or is it back to the leg?
it's better.
No, I meant on your shoulder.
It's no, it's safe, but it's better.
Wonder what it is.
It's a cool muscle, maybe a small tear.
I was wondering like what it is that he did that made it feel so better so fast, but didn't stay.
It's all kind of energy work.
Yep.
Kinesiology.
Maybe just kind of.
My hand was hurting most of the day, but I figured out how to stop that.
Yeah, with the.
I unfortunately, and that was it.
Okay.
Sherrod's got that operation
Carpal tunnel.
coming up pretty soon. I think it's on September 2nd or 3rd. He goes in for that.
Yeah, that'll be early next week,
And I asked him how long he'd be out of work. He said about 3 days.
probably.
Like, oh, that's not too long.
Yeah, he'll be able to go back to work. He just won't be able to do anything with it, whatever hand it is.
Yeah.
The new thing they do now with any surgery is they want you moving and using it as quick as you can.
Yeah.
Yolanda, they had her out of bed walking on her knee the same day they did the operation. They woke her ass up. Okay, time to get up.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. Like if you
That's
sprain
how
your
this works
ankle, you're
out.
not supposed to sit there and rest it. You're like maybe don't put anything on it, but start doing this. Start writing the alphabet with your toes, and like really get it moving and get everything flowing.
So I have been heating and icing the shoulder and the wrist.
Yeah.
The hand.
That way it'll get good circulation without you injuring it further.
You also put BioFreeze on it? Do you use that?
No, I
Use ice pack?
Ice pack.
Old fashioned.
Good. Heating pad, ice pack.
That works. Works great. You just have to put that on my.
I know they make ice
Use that for my
pack
earaches.
things that are for your shoulder, like they are shaped like.
Yeah, the thing that we got for Yolanda's knee to help keep it,
Circulated, the polar.
I can put that on, the puller pack.
Okay.
I can put that on my shoulder.
Yeah.
But it's a lot of trouble.
Yeah.
This actually helps more than anything.
Oh yeah, and you don't need it. You don't need it for that long.
Right.
You need to ice it until it's numb and then heat it.
20 minutes.
Yeah.
What you got to do.
Or I used to.
So I've got my hand on that heating pack, or covered with the heating pack, ice on the
Then you
shoulder.
rotate.
So I'm like this, and then in 20 minutes I lit my pack on.
Oh, I used to get those growing pains when I was a kid. My mom had to put a heating pad on my
Oh yeah,
legs.
yeah.
Those things hurt.
David. Oh
And
my
they were
God.
terrible. Oh,
When David was between like 13 and 15,
that's
he would wake up crying. Just,
Oh, yeah.
His legs were just.
So weird. Like
I imagine yours was too. You're tall like that.
for me, I have no idea what people are talking about with those.
Well, my knees.
It's like I never had any growing pains.
Well,
like, yeah, you can feel it right
Yep.
down here.
And muscle cramps. Oh my God.
Those
Oh,
only
yeah.
originate from your skeletal system growing faster than everything else.
Yeah.
So basically, if that isn't happening, then you're not going to have that.
Most likely. And some
Yeah.
people have growing pains, some don't. I mean,
Yeah.
Some people don't, yeah.
it's a very normal thing. And
Yeah.
There's a phrase. Growing pains.
Yeah, but yeah, it's not something that everyone experiences.
Of course, at the time, I didn't understand why it was happening. My mom said it's called growing pains.
I don't think I had growing pains.
No?
I did have stretch marks from like growing up too fast enough.
But yeah, there is.
Were you ever really heavy?
Oh, I was a little heavy after the pandemic, but no.
Well, I mean,
Not enough to get stretch marks.
like fat like me. Or Chet. Okay.
Chet kind of showed us that it's like he's continuing to lose weight, and a big chunk of it is just the loose skin that won't tighten up.
Yeah, he's been heavy since he was a kid.
Yeah.
So yeah, if he does anything about that, it's gonna have to get done.
Man.
Get skin removal surgery,
Talk about pain.
and also
Oh, yeah.
expensive because it's not medically necessary most of the time.
Exactly. All right, let's get these guys turned. Let's screw around 45 minutes.
Well, it's trash.
Interesting conversations, but that ain't deep enough.
Everything is cheap. Okay, so they want to work on everything.
Let me go.
That's
from the-
everything.
From the beginning down, or
That's
from the
everything.
bottom
This
up?
is
What do you want to do?
Okay.
Blindfold them, turn off the lights, and let them fight.
Yep. The problem is they'll end up attacking the other Bobs instead of each other.
Probably.
Well, Bob's don't get that.
I'll be
Well,
doing
actually,
something-
they did.
I'll be
James
doing
hit
something
himself
that
in
won't
the
be
eye
deep
today.
Really?
Which cracked me up because I was telling him, get your damn guard up, get your damn guard up. He did, and it was cracked me up.
I can do something, but it won't be Jeet Kune Do.
They'll be like
Selling jujitsu?
Blinken from
Yeah.
Men in Tights fighting the
That
pillar.
stuff work.
It's mostly just ground
Oh,
punching,
so
ground
Jesus on
grappling.
the ground?
Yeah.
That's what I thought.
I actually spar with a blind guy in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. He's really good.
Yeah, he's used to going by feel.
So
Most of the time, we fool ourselves with what we see, or what we think we see.
JKD people don't like to be on the ground. I wouldn't want to be on the
I
ground.
don't like being, I'm an standing up fighter. My only problem with ground fighting is my opponent's friends. That's my biggest problem. If you're in the ring, you don't have to worry about that. But if you're in a bar, or a fight, or in a real fight, you gotta worry about that stuff.
What if you're just fighting one guy out there?
How do you know? You know? I'd rather knock the one guy out than wrestle.
I don't know. One guy attacked you in a deserted area.
He's usually got friends. It's been my experience.
There's usually somebody hiding out somewhere.
It's generally not one guy. It's generally 2 to 3.
Maybe some asshole arrogant enough to think that he can take it by himself.
I
Well,
haven't seen
and the other thing to consider is environment. It's like you might do a particular kind of takedown, but that results in you going down with it, and you didn't realize there's a break there. And so now you landed on that and potentially can hurt
broken
yourself.
bottle or any
Yeah.
of that stuff. You know, if
It's good to know what to do
I'm
while
not
you're
saying
there.
it's useless. Of course, if anything will help in a fight, it's fine. my preference is on a stand-up fight. I've been to the ground a few times and I hurt the guy bad getting back up. Not staying down on the ground.
Yeah, I'm a stand-up guy too. I'm just trying to keep a brush up on grappling, just to like know how to get out of it in case I ever locking horns with someone who's been initiated.
Well, sure. When I was 18, I think, guy got me tied up pretty good and we were down on the ground. And I was able to reach up and grab his ear and I started pulling. And I felt blood and he let me go. And then I hit him as I was getting up. So there's where I started my love for grabbing stuff and just yanking. Because it saved my ass. He could have easily have choked me.
Wrestling?
Yeah. It's Japanese jiu-jitsu. Japanese jiu-jitsu. I took on a judo guy same year and he wasn't anything. Jiu-jitsu guys are much tougher.
A lot of judo relies upon the idea of you wearing a gi as an enemy.
Yeah.
So,
But this guy thought judo was a fighting style. It's not. It's a sport.
right. Well, that's what I was meaning is that he can attempt to grab you by your shirt and fling you somewhere, but if you're not wearing one of those big heavy gis, then your shirt's gonna get.
He grabbed my shirt and he went rip and I went, fucker.
Yes, you ripped my shirt. It's like,
And that punched him really hard.
yeah.
That's a shirtless fight scene, like a Bruce.
Well, then they pop off all the buttons. And damage.
Well, again, I was 150 pounds and a lot, a lot better shape. I'm twice the guy I used to be. Literally.
I've never studied Japanese jiu-jitsu.
What?
Japanese jiu-jitsu. I don't want to study that.
Okay, let's try demonstrating the 5 ways of attack on each other. You can just go back and forth each way.
Entry number 1.
1, 1, 2, 2.
Going single direct attack.
Show us. Ha! Yeah, you gotta get closer, man.
Now,
You're like 3 feet away from him.
ha!
There you go.
A single direct.
And your turn.
What do you got?
Do we each have to say the 5 ways of attack?
No. It's like you don't have to say it again. Just
Okay.
do it. Take number 2. What?
Number 2.
Okay.
There you go. Switch them on.
Okay.
Attack by combination.
Show us. Right. Andrew, show us.
Okay.
Do something that wasn't exactly what he just did.
Do something different.
Okay, no, that's exactly.
Yeah, that's. Good.
Andrew, number 3.
Number 3 would be attack by draw.
If you wish. If you wish. The logical progression is
I know there's order.
single direct by combination,
Yeah,
and immobilization.
that's what I was thinking of. And the mobilization.
Show us a hand immobilization. You got?
The rest of it, no.
No. Hand
Same
immobilization.
And mobilization.
Show us one. All you guys are just doing the same.
Do something else.
Do something different. Why didn't you immobilize it? The hand that was out there. That was in. Nope. Handle. Can you figure out how to immobilize both those hands at the same time?
Oh, yeah. Right over the track.
That's unconventional
Right.
Wing Chun.
One idea of it is just the risk of reaching out and grabbing someone's lead hand like this is they are wide open
Right.
for that, and you've given up this hand. So it's like if you are already in here and hitting and then did that, that's a different thing. But to have it out of nothing does just open the window. Yeah.
Almost any of the 12s can be a hand immobilization. That's a hand immobilization. Right?
You control it.
That's a hand immobilization.
Uh, Give that a
No
try.
bridge.
Give that a try. Good.
All right, leave it. Number 4. Set it a moment.
Aggressive in there.
Aggressive and direct. Good, good. Yeah, so they look forward.
Yeah. Okay.
No, so that's yours.
All right. So both of you in fighting stance. Then pull in.
Okay. That's all that you did.
Okay, I just went that way and went the other way.
And the last
Last one is attack my drum. Ah!
one. That's not draw.
That's
Oh, okay.
So both of you fighting.
You got? You just did that.
I just did that one.
Well, I actually worded this one.
That'll work.
Yeah.
Do
But
something different.
do something else.
Kind of you think you can do.
Well, he did this, I did this.
You both said come on.
I did this.
All right.
Do that one.
It's the attitude that we're looking at.
Well, we're not looking for nitpicking, but yeah.
Draw him in some other way.
Don't be picking nits.
So both of you start off fighting stance.
Stop drawing me in.
Well, let me show you 2 things. Oh, if you don't mind.
I just had sparring to John, but
So here I'm gonna ask for you. Right?
Well,
Or-
I guess the main thing about that is that we, like, why it didn't work on Ender is we're trained not to do that.
Right.
So that's why it didn't work here.
Right.
It's like if somebody wants us to attack something, we don't hit it.
So if you want to infuriate them and get them to come at you, fuck you, man! Right?
That works.
Or if you want to play it the other way, oh, dude, don't.
Yeah.
See what I mean? So you got to draw them towards you. You got to sell your acting skills to get them to come at you.
Which, if whoever it is has legitimately scared you for whatever reason, then you can use that emotional content as a weapon.
Right.
You can use it to help sell your fake fear because you are actually afraid.
Right. So try a few other things.
Yeah.
You're not working yet.
Yeah. Don't lose sight of them. Don't work the effort. Now, unless you're using your hearing, he can get you. So you're not worth the effort. You're right.
Yeah, it's using my peripheral vision.
You got to do the side eye.
Peripheral vision's got to be used.
What else you got, Mikey?
That's pretty funny.
Now, in draw, you can be as crude as you want to get them to come to you. You can cuss them, insult them.
That always works.
It usually infuriates.
Never as long as that.
And the cruder you get, the more they're going to come at you.
Also, if you're in the middle of the fight, the draw can take the form of allowing your guard to lapse on purpose. So
Yeah,
if you're in a big knockdown drag out and you're having to resort to this because you can't beat them any other way, then one of the answers is like to purposefully act like your hands are getting too heavy and so your face is exposed and things like that, so that you're offering this and then you come up with something else.
One of the things that I used to love to use in sparring matches, because we weren't trying to hurt each other, right? But we'd be not getting anywhere, and I'd start backing up. So he's going, and I'm turning as I'm going, right? So now I can throw a kick.
Yep.
In sparring matches, they always go to the body.
Yeah.
In a fight,
Yeah. it's easier in a fight. Okay,
It's there.
so for pin down kick drill, you're talking about two people doing it. Okay, so they can practice.
The way that a single can do it is just they're here and then.
Yeah.
I mean,
Right.
you can test it that way as well.
Right, but you want
Or
to-
you can, if there's not another combatant,
right,
right? You can put them on Bob, you know.
right. But I'm just saying, like right now, it's like being the ideal situation of having two people. Do we want that, or do we not want that?
Actually, Jerry Poteet really liked the two people back and forth.
So you guys
Again,
try that.
I showed that to Professor Dill. He didn't use it until I showed it to him, and now he thinks it's gold.
Yeah.
Just like Plum Pies.
Yep. All right. So you guys practice that together.
Which is not original.
No.
What, headbone kick?
Not original. It's concepts. It's LA group.
Yep. Okay. Great. So who's gonna decide who's gonna start?
Okay.
So you have to start out closer.
So this is the way you do it. Come here, Mikey. I'll go first.
Yeah.
Ready?
Okay, back and forth. Okay.
Yeah.
You're trying to shoot at their knee, and then you're trying to get out of their way.
Okay. Give that a try.
Now, pendulum kick, you go for the knee or you go right down there.
Yeah.
Other place.
So you have to start off right next to each other, otherwise you're not getting out of the way of anything. Yeah.
Stuff out of there. Yeah, down like so.
Then switch into like he's trying to get out of the way.
Yeah.
There you go. Yeah, be careful with your knee.
Yes.
Okay, I see where it's messing up. The return from doing the kick is the retreat. So it's you're right now you're going here and then backing up and then he's doing the kick. Your kick should be happening immediately right here.
Right.
So as soon as he's finished kicking, you should be coming forward.
Right.
So
Let's do it again.
so he starts and then here. Kick. So see how we're it's one and the other immediately.
So go
So there you go, and that was it. So Levi, you're pulling away too quick. So not right there. See, so you're pulling away
So
before he moves.
don't wait for him to pull away.
Okay.
Kick at his leg, he'll get out of the way.
Correct.
Kick,
There.
kick.
Well,
Wait, stop. Kick it out, Levi. Now, kick at his leg.
you get it now.
While it's there, kick it out. Kick it out. Kick at his leg. The whole
Reset.
point of this is to watch your timing.
Right now, Andrew, your back foot isn't moving. You're
Oh,
just kind of
okay.
going like this.
Okay.
So you should be doing the full step back and forth.
Right.
Yep. There you go.
Kick now. While his legs extended. Right.
There it is.
That's it.
Good.
That's looking better.
That's it. Good. Okay.
Now, in a fight, you're just going to translate that stay right there. Don't move. You're going to translate that into this. Okay.
Shabang. It also trains for the inverse, which is somebody lunges in for the kick, and I go like, bam.
Right.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
so that I come back real quick and then fire that kick into their flange.
So, or somebody comes up higher with a kick and do the
Yeah.
same thing. Boom, oh, boom.
Yeah.
Right.
He's done.
You'll see those guys go right like that. And
Oh, yeah.
do those big kicks like that. They're off balance.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
And that's
So
one of the
smash their leg while it's down.
remember that was the instructor on Kung Fu Panda actually said something that made sense. He said, the goal of his style is to discover the enemy's weakness and make them suffer for having it.
That kick you just said looks like something that was Muay Thai in a way. Listen to something different.
Just a sign.
Yep. Just got hair like that. And
Now,
then
when you did that little high kick or whatever.
that's the pendulum kick.
Well,
Yeah.
You mean the Thai push kick or something?
it looked like you're demonstrating. You're talking about like a high kick or something, or like that or so. You're talking
Oh, I
about,
just did a front kick and had it land real heavy.
Yeah, I'd say
okay, that's
if
what
somebody,
I'm referring to.
and I'm gonna do this to him,
Okay.
and he's gonna avoid me, and then kick my knee.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. That was
Yeah, all I did was
So I'm here, and
I missed shit.
boom.
These gone.
And some people do that. They get over aggressive and
Oh,
do
yeah.
a big step like that, and in that moment they're weak.
Yeah. The
If you
weight's
hit
on
that
my
knee,
leg.
if they hit that knee, they're down.
Yeah.
So
So it's, the exercise is to get you used to the timing,
Okay.
whether you're reversing or going towards.
I could definitely tell it was a timing thing.
Bruce was the king of timing.
Yeah, he was.
Certainly was.
He was absolutely in control of every fight. Okay. Then we've got
We've got one out. I thought the kick you were saying was
okay, all block counter techniques with terminations. Hello. It's like you don't have to do, it's like you must do a termination, but it doesn't mean you must only do a termination. If that termination includes any forms of joint locks or takedowns, that is fine.
Is it joint locks with
No. So the 12s.
the
So let's start with 1, and we'll just go back and forth. So start with outside right. So wait. So it's a 12. So you're the bad guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So make sure you're punching at it. Yeah.
One thing I think of is just like kicking out his leg and when he falls down on the ground, stomp on his head.
So let's work. Remember, it's like here's the easy thing to work on. Is before we were kind of doing it like that way, and we actually decided to split them out. It's going to take a little longer, but it does mean that you get what was happening before was by throwing them on the ground, the only termination anyone was doing was stomping their head, and that's pretty limiting. So remember, it's like if you just think about it logically, what are the places on a person's body that if you hit it really hard, they will be dead? Chest is hard. Like I mean, like it's possible, but you'd have to hit it just right.
Soft targets.
So think about it as like what? Yeah. So we're thinking throat is like 90% of it, but then you go where on the throat, because there's actually multiple places where you can get it done. So you've got fracturing the windpipe, and you've got the either side here, the arteries coming down either way. So break that. And then you've got actually just attacking the spine itself in order to break that. So aside from, it's mostly throat, and then anything else is just severe head trauma.
Okay, when you attack the spine, are you wanting to get it right here or right?
I'm not talking about hitting it. I was talking about twisting it.
I know. I'm just okay. You're just, okay.
I'm saying they
okay,
aren't.
not hitting.
I'm saying you
okay.
could cause severe spinal damage by hitting them there, but they're not dead.
Okay.
It's like you could fracture some vertebrae and then they'd be in extreme pain, but they're not dead. So that means it's not a
You're
termination.
talking about damaging the spine. So.
I'm talking about separating the spinal cord and destroying everything inside so that they die from the inside. So it's mostly throat. So if you just think about just adding things which would kill with your bare hands, it's either It's either going to be fracturing and destroying things in the throat area, or it's going to be throwing them on the ground and breaking their skull in. So there's not much else in between. As we saw with Damar Hamlin, that's what happens when you get hit in the chest just right. And like, you know what I'm talking about. The football player who got hit in the chest and then suddenly fell over. With him, like what doctors talk about with that is, and the reason why he's clear because he doesn't actually have a heart problem, is that's what happens. That's what can happen when the rib cage is compressed significantly enough that it interrupts the heartbeat in between heartbeats. So the hit happened right, boom, and then it went whoop, and the whole heart went. It's like basically if you didn't have ribs and somebody just punched your heart in, and then your heart goes, and you're like, what do I do now? And it was confused, and so that's why it stopped working. So in this particular case, in order to cause a heart stoppage with that, you would have to time it and hit him between his heartbeats, or to cause so much damage that you're crushing the rib cage and doing physical damage to the heart itself. So that's a lot harder than hitting him in the neck. So give number one a try again and show me what you can think of. Number one.
What is it?
That was 5. You did on pin hit. You went on pin hit. So that was 3.
Well, I kind of sped it up a little bit. I had the fun.
So make sure that you get in a good hit there, and that make sure you don't just dink it. So good solid hit, and then go for the final one. Nothing to think about.
You guys take a little break.
Okay.
Eat a fresh peach.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
From Colorado, just
Oh,
now watch them
peach.
off. Just got them today.
Get out here.
Can.
I think
Get it off my floor though. They're juicy wet.
is hammer fist in that scenario you saw there, your pin had caused him to lower his chin. So in all likelihood, your hammer fist would have hit him right here. And so it wouldn't have been lethal. It would have been uncomfortable as hell. But so if you're going for neck, try maybe thinner strikes, unless you reached up and pulled his chin up and then hit it that way. You have to get kind of spec ops on this, like get in that mode where we're just gonna, I'm going to manhandle you and kill you with it.
You been keeping up with Taking the Fray?
I haven't for a while.
That Castaway Challenge. People don't get to have any tools at the beginning. They have to find things out there in the island that will make a fire, that they can make a knife out of. Oh, thank you. I like it.
Like meaning that the people have left things out there, or they have
Things that
No,
are
they-
left out there.
Right.
Oh,
No, things that just washed up from the ocean.
I'm saying, like, did the producers put things out there on purpose to put
I
them in
think so,
fire?
no. I don't think so.
Can't be a good peach.
I've never had pieces like this. They were either canned or in one of those dull bags.
Yeah,
I like
Fresh-
peach is good. I like
fresh
those.
peach is nice though, because the canned peaches never have a skin, and the skin is some of what makes it interesting. No.
I've never been turned off by the skin of peach. It never has bothered me. A lot of people don't like it.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah, no problem. That's where all the nutrients is right into the skin.
I prefer apples and bananas.
Does that apply for people too?
couldn't tell you.
Well, eat apples, I cut them up.
I can't say I haven't, never mind.
What?
Holly probably wouldn't like that comment.
Oh, okay. Remember what they? That was one of the best.
Potatoes have more though.
You said bananas have potassium?
But potatoes have more.
Yeah, potatoes do.
And there's a hand washer outside. Keep the sticky out.
They say, if you eat one banana a day, that cuts down the, Charlie horses you get because of the potassium levels.
It's funny, every time that, almost every time that they've gone to like nationals or something like that, someone on the college tennis team has ended up having to go to the hospital from cramps.
Do they have to make weight or anything like they do in a boxing match or wrestling match?
Nope, they, the coach puts them in order of how the coach thinks they're skilled. So it's just organized 1 through 5, and then, or 1 through 6. I think it's 1 through 5 is where they stop. And then my number 1 plays your number 1. My 2 plays your 2. So that way,
And then the winners of all these sets come together.
No. What happens is if my number 1 beats your number 1, then we get a point, and then if my number 2 beats your number 2, we get a point. And so then at the end, it's who has what overall team. So it actually becomes a team sport. You're just all, because they're all playing simultaneously, so they are all kind of shouting and cheering each other on.
But it's not like a karate tournament where.
No. It's not a tournament at all. They call it a duel. So yeah, it's just where people mess things up is what they'll do is they'll start playing chess with it. And so their number, like you're allowed to move the rankings around in your team because it's like that shouldn't be not allowed. That would not be fair if over the course of the year one guy was number 1 all the time. But what happens is it's like if you move somebody, then you're not allowed to move them again for, I think, until after the subsequent match. So like you can't be switching back and forth all the time. But what will happen is that they'll get the word that someone has moved their number 1 to number 3. And then they put their 3 in number 1. So they're willing to sacrifice their number 1 point in order to slaughter somebody at number 3. And then win, and they think because they thought that their number 3 couldn't beat our number 3. So like they're doing chess like that, and it's actually kind of dishonest. But
So what do you think of your first live peach?
well, sour.
Sour.
I would agree that they do not taste the same as canned peaches.
Well, no, it's because they put those in grape juice.
Yeah.
Low sugar.
I read a funny thing. It says marketing says, so we're going to call the purple one grape. And the executive says, because grapes are purple. Yes, exactly. It's like, so is it going to taste like grapes? No. Not even close. It's like you always wonder, what is grape artificial flavoring trying to taste like? Because it's obviously not grapes. Just like blue raspberry. What is it? Because blue raspberries don't exist.
Right.
So that's like what is that?
Well, you don't have to finish it.
What is that?
You're an adult.
They're just a little sour.
Well, mine is.
You ever eat a food and like it's like you didn't have the opportunity to ask really what it was or how to make it, and then
From the south, of course.
yeah, and then you're kind of like I don't.
No, that goes in here.
It's I remember there was
That's
some.
recycled.
Oh,
When we were in Hawaii, we went to a luau, and they had some sort of coconut gelatin something that was just amazing, and I don't know what it was or if it's like a traditional Hawaiian something or not. So like I don't think coconut jello is not going to turn up with anything. Maybe.
Not gonna find it.
But yeah, they did the whole you know, the old fashioned way. They had the pig buried in the pit.
How did they kill the coconut? Kill the pig with the coconut, or kill
Yeah.
the coconut with the pig?
I don't know. I wasn't there for that part. But it's
Peach, my hands
the old fashioned cooking, probably not the old
That's
fashioned
already
killing.
wrinkled when I held that peach.
The peach was good.
I like mine very much.
I always just haven't got that, the store-bought ones.
Yeah, I've got two financial advisors. Her daughter is still in, I think she's a senior now. This might be the last year they do the peaches. They buy peaches for a school project,
Oh.
or they order. We always order a peach from.
Okay.
$60 for a case of peaches now.
Yeah.
Used to be 30.
Yeah.
Is what it is.
Yep. That's my
There's a couple of
sister's.
places here that you can buy them fresh. Cops Farms down near Hayesville. They have a portion.
It's totally different than the peaches. I like to buy those bag of almonds bag of pecans from Walgreens and eat those.
Walgreens,
Yeah,
haven't had theirs.
not too bad.
Are they just regular almonds?
They're pecans.
Or pecans? They're
Yeah.
not flavored or anything?
There's regular ones.
Walmart's a hell of a lot cheaper.
Are they
Of
like
course-
local or something?
No, they don't.
No.
This is not the cloud from pecans.
No.
Walnuts, yes, but not
Of
pecans.
course, the cashews.
That's tropical.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Pecans are down south. Need a cooler, wetter climate.
Mhm.
Pecan tree would not even survive.
No, not this climate.
Not unless you had a greenhouse.
Still too hot. Too far north in the summer. We need a much more temperate climate. And pecan trees grow 60 feet tall. It's hard to get a greenhouse out
It's like I'm naked and afraid that they find a tree that's got the heart of palm in it. They're going right after it.
Yeah, palm tree you can eat a lot of stuff on a palm.
Yeah.
Cattails, most people don't know that, but everything on a cattail, you know what a cattail is?
The thing that you see in the swamp with the brown,
A lot of times you'll see them in the ditch where there's standing water all the time.
big and tall, and it has a brown hot dog on the end,
I
basically.
think I might have saw one of those
Yeah.
before.
Cattail.
I'm gonna show you a cat though.
Description: grows above water surface, is thickly rooted, has long, slender stalks.
Oh, okay.
10 feet
I
high.
did
The
see-
stalk consists of a cigar-shaped cattail, which is green during early summer and turns brown and fuzzy in the fall and following spring.
Everything, you can eat everything on them. The root is sweet. I swear it tastes
Wow.
like sugar.
Hmm.
It's really sweet. The stalk, you can boil it and eat it that way.
Mhm.
The head, eat it like corn on the cob.
Good
roast
for
it.
stuff. Yeah, roasted.
But that's what you eat. And
Similarly, a pine tree has a bunch of
Yep.
that is very edible.
Pine nuts, the
Pine cones.
needles,
Yeah, the needles can make tea,
good for your stomach.
and the meat of the tree is you can boil it, and then it's like you can chew on it and eat that.
Yep.
It's like ultra survivalist situation there. You have to eat a pine tree. But
Yeah. I see all this stuff they find on Naked and Afraid, like plants and everything. And it's like, hey, most of the stuff is even edible,
But most people don't know.
but then some of it's not.
Most people don't know their plants, but particularly if they don't know where they're going.
I'm not a builder of plants. I just know that some are edible, some aren't.
I was brought up in Tennessee. I could survive in the woods down south. I don't think I could here, not near as easily.
You know the environment down there.
You know, you can eat dandelions, for instance. Eat dandelion greens, dandelion roots, and the flower, the yellow flower. There's a plant called plantain that looks a lot like
Heard of it, yeah.
dandelion. I've got some in my own yard.
Yeah.
There's all kinds of plants you can locally. But if I was out in the prairie,
You can only eat so many dandelions.
if you're starving, you're gonna eat them and like them.
No, I was just talking about like that's not enough nutrition if that's all you were able to
Well,
eat.
no, it's not a long
It
term
would be.
solution.
Right.
You guys happen to have experience using dandelions?
Yeah.
Makes
I'm
sense.
ready to give you a line.
It is a little risky. You can't just do it anywhere because somebody might have sprayed it with
I eat
something.
my own. Every spring, I'm out there digging dandelions for salad.
The
There
leaf-
is always that chance they might have sprayed it.
They ain't spraying in my yard because I don't spray.
Right.
You see somebody spraying in your yard, there's a problem.
I'm punching them.
Fuck out of my yard. Yeah.
Plantain, same way. I've got plantain in my yard now.
Never the plantains on making a frame.
Not to be confused with.
Not to be confused with a banana-like thing.
Right.
But, it's also you can use it to also heal wounds. If you're out in the woods, you like you saw me during our camp out. I knocked a big old chunk out of my leg.
Oh, man, I remember seeing that.
That hurt.
Also down in the rainforest, they got medicine leaves down there. I remember when EJ gashed his leg open, they stitched it up, and then they wrapped it. It was wrapped up by Laura. She's like, it's medicine leaf. It'll help it.
It's called moringa.
Yeah. I was like, hey, there's a lot of stuff in the rainforest that will help. There's a lot of stuff that
Oak
will
leaves contain a ton of tannins, which is a great dressing for wounds. If you know your oak leaves.
Those big mushrooms that grow out in fields and yards. It's like,
I don't know enough about mushrooms to.
those look nasty.
I know what chicken of the woods look like.
Yeah.
I know what the spotted ones. I know what I'm thinking of. I know what a few mushrooms, but we don't get them around here. I know what turkey tails look
We
like.
just get those big white ones.
Yeah,
Those are the ones I'm
puffballs
talking
are
about.
puffballs are edible. I've seen those. They'll grow a ball about like this,
Yeah.
and when they're ready to spread their spore, they go. That's where you get a fairy ring.
Yeah.
Oh.
Mushrooms are gross.
Mushrooms are gross.
I like them on pizza.
They do not belong on pizza.
Oh, they're wonderful.
I like mushrooms and sausage and pepperoni. Or just pepperoni and sausage.
Those two things belong.
I have had full meals of nothing but mushrooms.
Pineapple doesn't belong on pizza. To me,
Agreed.
Again, disagree with both of you. I love a
Depends
good
on
Hawaiian
Hawaiian
they
pizza.
don't.
But I find that what they consider Hawaiian pizza
Well-
is the best combination. Like it's that and ham.
Ham and.
It works better.
and
It works
pineapple.
best. But like if you just stuck pineapple on meat lovers, that would be kind of cool.
Yeah.
But it just doesn't. It wouldn't go together. Like the pineapple goes with the ham better.
Yeah, it's supposed to go with salty foods.
Some people put anchovies on pizza too.
Yeah, and I don't like anchovies.
Yeah.
You know, I like fish, but anchovies just they stink.
I won't eat sardines. I've tried sardines more than once. It's like, I can't get used to it.
Love sardines.
I think of that movie, The Burbs, when Tom Hanks was digging that sardine out and put it on that pretzel. Like, sardines.
What movie is that?
The Burbs.
Yeah, I saw that.
It's like, just that.
I think that was Henry Gibson's last movie, but I'm not sure.
Oh, the short guy?
Yeah, the old guy, the doctor.
I think he was in something else after
Oh,
that.
really?
He died, I think like 2000, 2001.
Yeah, they had Tom Hanks, Bruce Dern,
Carrie Fisher.
Terry Fisher was in it.
A good Tom Hanks movie is The Money Thing.
Money
But
Pit was pretty good.
yeah, Splash. Bachelor
Yeah,
Party.
I did not care for Splash.
Splash is hilarious.
I like Splash. John Candy
No, on,
smoking a cigarette and drinking a beer, playing racquetball.
on Disney Plus, that you simply can't have a bare butt on Disney Plus, and so they have it on there, and they just really poorly like took her hair and like stretched it longer
Oh, Lord.
so that it looks. She looks like a Wookiee. Like she's running into the water and there's this big hairy blob covering her butt.
I remember that
It's-
scene where
It's
the butt was
hilarious.
showing.
It's like they didn't even try. It's like
It's like, we know what it is.
There's
It's
a
obvious.
process you gotta go to change the parental settings on Disney Plus now.
Yeah. That's a splash.
Now, Disney bought Fox, right? So that's what I was just telling them earlier, they're playing for his Disney princess.
yeah.
And I told them that, like,
He's
let's
like,
hope they don't reboot Rocky Horror.
They never touch it.
I think they'd be done with the touch.
well, you know, that to make that movie don't cost them $1 million. But the first year, it brought in like 50 million.
Yep.
First year.
That's a popular show.
They're gonna have to get back to that model because right now they're spending $450 million
And bringing in
and bringing in $1 million, and it's not working.
Yeah, they're still losing a lot of money. Like, they're gonna lose a lot more money with that new movie, The Snow White and the Not So Seven Dwarfs.
There's
Yeah.
all 6 of them are not dwarves. There's 6 of them are not dwarves. They only have one actual little person. The rest of them are normal sized.
Something boring.
Right. So it's Snow White and the 7 guys
Dudes.
over there.
And the Snow White is actually Hispanic, even though the story's about a German folktale.
Yeah. Yeah. And then Gal Gadot is playing the queen, and she's prettier. So it's like, what's the deal?
All right, you guys want to finish
Or
up?
killing.
15 more minutes.
He just wants to take out the competition.
Yeah.
He's got issues.
Okay. Killing. We're going on the 12s with killing. So, yeah, just remember, get under the neck. Or you can go straight in, you can hit them and then go straight into a choke, or a neck break, or an anything. Just do whatever is easiest and right there.
Oh,
Good. Okay,
Perfect.
and
that's all right.
you're doing same thing. So you wait,
Okay,
you're going outside.
yeah.
Didn't kill him.
Huh?
You didn't
Yeah,
kill him.
No.
You just knocked him senseless.
Ha!
Unless you have really strong fingers, that would have just made it.
So
Okay.
grab it.
Yes. Yeah.
Basically, leave no doubt. Like you were close with the first one, but it just wasn't quite as definitive. Like you came across here and then you kind of went elbow and hit,
Yeah.
but in order to really be sure of that, you gotta go wham, 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 and hit, like
I just didn't have it.
disrupt that thing over and over and over and over until there's no doubt. Right.
That's what I just did.
I was saying you can do that, but just do it a lot to be sure they're
Now,
dead.
probably you won't have your guard up if they hit you in the face good.
Yep. Right.
Yeah.
Not bad.
Okay.
But it's not gonna happen that quick.
Right. It's gonna be grabbing and
Yeah, it's gonna be like.
a safe way for you to practice the emotional content without causing injury
Yeah.
is you're probably gonna pair that with a strike, right? Because you're not just gonna lightly go knee. You're gonna hit first. So a good way to practice that is you can hit this. So then your uke, and we all know what you meant. You meant that, but you
Yeah.
just caught here, and then you've got this right here. There. So that way you're not practicing your terminations in a mindset of be very dead. So this way you can get that in there without worrying.
Wouldn't you have to have strong fingers to do that?
Yes.
I have very strong fingers.
Next time you buy a rotisserie chicken, rip it apart with your bare hands.
No, buy a raw one.
That's what I mean.
Oh.
Yeah, it's like, and then rotisserie.
Ah, look,
And
raw.
some of our hindering missions.
Or get one of those eagle claw things you got.
Yeah, but to test it, a raw chicken is the best way to test it.
Yeah, right.
See
Yeah.
if you can hit it and pull off pieces.
What about a raw piece of steak?
Now, a chicken really is pretty close to a throat.
Patrick Swayze made it look easy.
Yeah, it was a book. Bruce Lee makes it look easy too.
True.
And unlike a steak, the chicken has internal anatomy to
It's got
destroy.
bones and stuff.
Yeah. Okay, so now inside.
So yeah, you're not looking at just ripping off the flesh, the skin. You're looking at getting in there, tearing stuff up.
Mhm. Probably a little difficult to get that done. It's like follow lines. It's like if like the arm leads to the neck. So it's like if I've got this, bam, then this is right here. Right here, I can turn this into this, and I've got that right there, and I've got multiple hits and control. So it's just like that one. It's like say they're a guy with a short neck, you're gonna hit them in the chin if you do that. So it's I think with that one that was you're more likely to hit jaw than throat on that. And I'm not saying you have to do that particular one. You can come around from the other side, but yeah, just work. Make it easier on yourself.
Actually use the side of the hand.
And hit lots of times. Because sometimes like on a single hit he can move funny and then all you got was muscle. So you got hit and hit.
First,
hit and
first you turn your head, and that's what you're hitting, that muscle back there.
be vicious. Okay, your turn.
And you don't have to, they don't have to be standing up or you're doing it. You
Right.
can knock them down.
That's true.
Okay. Your turn and left hand inside. You're inside. Inside. Okay.
Use your right hand.
Right. I see what you see.
That's not your hand. Show them Mike.
Think sword cut.
Oh,
So you got that right there. So, and if you got this hand right there to support it and just chop through that. That's one option there. What I would say here, this is
What Michael did was very dynamic, and it would work out very good. So here, right,
oh.
grab it, don't let it go anywhere. Step in hard,
Oh.
and then grab.
Oh.
Put that kind of emotion into it.
what I would suggest is elbows to throat are very rarely going to be clean hits. It's too hard because the elbow is about the same width as
Pretty hard to get that in.
this. So if their head is down or to the side anyway, you're going to hit this. Now, if you are going for death via blunt force trauma to the head, then elbow to death in the temple. It's like if you held the head and then did the classic elbow thing, bam, 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 destroying this way, or you pull them down and then you're coming here and going over the top, things like that, then yes, totally elbows. But even in the midst of a fight, when we see something coming towards our face, everybody goes like this. And so that's going to pinch it up and reduce your target size. So I would say unless the target is way open, it's much easier to just use your hands versus the elbow.
Now, interestingly enough, if you ever want to know how to bust a skull, how you can practice that is full hold coconut. See how many times it takes you to break it with your bare hand. That's how many times it would take you to break a skull. If you ever want to test those things, there's a way of doing it. A raw chicken, you rip out the throat.
It's like tearing off here, what did you say, 12 sheets of,
12 folded sheets, making 24 sheets. For the Lord. Remember Michelle?
I wasn't there for that, but I know the story very much.
She's a 16, 17-year-old girl, Beth's sister.
yeah.
Remember Beth? And I gave her 12 folded sheets, you know, she ripped it and I went, congratulations, you can pull an ear off. And she went, oh my God!
Yeah.
like she had the ear in her hand.
Yeah.
Cracked. So,
Yeah.
That's what it takes to tear an ear off.
If you can get a hold of it properly.
Yep.
Yeah.
They get slick when they start bleeding.
Yep.
You gotta remember that.
Yeah, I think you take, what do you take it? What's it like?
Go back, forward, back, forward.
You have the gear shift.
Right. And so by pulling them back,
It gives it more.
Remember from homemade bad.
but Dill was just having you do this.
Go down.
Going down.
Yeah.
But what actually works is you back and then
Ooh.
heel it. Heel it off like this.
Yeah.
It doesn't take much to get rid of a person of their ears.
Just the thought of that happening, oh, man.
Alright. More.
I got off the ground without even told you that.
Yeah, you did.
Good. Okay, Andrew.
Now again, put a little bit more emotional content in it. You know, good. Get used to that kind of energy.
Okay, Andrew.
I think I shot them.
Yes. That's it. Yep. Man, that's a scary dude. If you punch him in the face like that and nothing happens. You punch him.
Let's do this.
There you go.
There you go.
I think I chambered back a little too much when I did that.
If you hit him and you knocked him, you knocked him silly, you've got the time.
I remember we talked about don't ever chamber, especially when you throw a punch.
Yep.
So it's like,
You got to channel your Mr. Miyagi. No.
yeah. I know when
Let's see, yeah.
when you punch, you don't want to chamber back.
That's sure like that.
What if I should shoot over?
Right.
Alright. Then it's outside left.
Yep.
Alright.
Yeah.
Do you remember which kind of choke? Because if we're going for death, not knockout. So if you get a V from there, you're going to have to stand after he passes out. You're going to have to hold it for a very long time
About a
until
full
he's dead.
minute before he's dead.
Right. So if we're going for death, that's one of the slowest ways to accomplish it. But if you would,
Breaking their neck, on the other hand.
yes. So instead, if you came across with that and hit with forearm across throat, then fracture, destruction, and then put a whole bunch of stress on it by doing a hanging choke or something like that, then it's going to be a lot faster and a lot less work for you.
Do you remember how to kill somebody with a hanging choke?
With the whole,
Throwing your body on it?
oh yeah, but that's if the hanging choke didn't work.
It's how you make sure that you killed somebody.
Yes,
You break their neck like that.
it's if they have sat down and you're doing that, then you've got it here and you've got them here. Then what you do is you throw your feet out and pancake so that their head ends up upside down on their chest.
So you're doing this.
No, both feet.
Grab one of the bottoms. Not the armless bottom. He'll punch you in the face.
Yes.
That's the one that James got hit by?
It's what I got hit by.
Oh, you got hit by.
Yeah, he punched me right in the eye. I broke his neck and He punched me with his head,
Pissed him off?
with the base.
with his, yeah,
His spine.
his spine punched.
It's fine.
Actually, too close to the wall.
Watch your feet. He
Okay.
stomps hard.
So that's where you get them here, and you've gotten them down like this, and then never done this from here. Yeah, you basically throw yourself out. Oh God.
See how that would break a neck?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, or both your feet out, yeah.
Yep.
He's a one dead letter.
Yep.
Yeah, he's gone. It's game over for that guy.
Well, something like that on the movie Raid, but he actually used sharp pieces of wood.
What do we call that?
The
Raid.
Raid Redemption.
Raid?
The Raid Redemption I told you about. You got one? It's on Netflix.
Who's in it? It's Stallone and
Echo US.
what?
Echo US.
Michael Lewis. Who's that?
He's, well, Scott Adkins and Michael J. White, I've heard of them.
Oh.
They've been in the movies with him. He's like an Indonesian martial artist and an actor. Really good.
Okay.
Why all the violence? In the movie.
They were trying
What
to
was the
escape.
reason? What was the reason for the movie?
Well, he's like a SWAT team member, and he's trying to get out of like a huge building that's like overrun with like crazy drug lord guys, and like they're trying to kill him with machetes. So he's got to kill them with.
He doesn't have a gun.
He ran out of ammo.
So he's having to use.
So he plans for it.
They were set up for a trap.
Sounds
The
like
police.
He never
Never
has a plan for him.
They planned on getting in, grabbing the drug overlord, getting out, but they didn't plan on falling into a trap, which they were heading into. So most of his team gets killed, and he has to survive. Like, he's one of the lone survivors.
Huh.
And he's also a very talented martial artist. Silat is his martial art.
Salat.
So it's a lot.
Yeah,
Salat. It's the Indonesian. From Indonesia and Malaysia.
I don't think I've ever heard of it before.
It was
I've heard Sabat.
Salat's French.
Yeah,
Salat is-
I've heard of Sabat.
Doesn't Salat also have that discipline of woogie pass out?
The guys that I know that do Salat don't do that shit.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of something that we're
Burton Richardson, JKD guy, studied under Dan Monsano, teaches in Hawaii, Big Island, and he does Salat also. And he's always down there guy.
Mhm.
I've never seen any of that.
Yeah.
Silly ass shit. George Dillman was quite a good disciplinarian. He was really a good jujitsu guy.
Mhm.
And then he claimed to start doing that crap.
Yep. Is he
George,
the one who got punched in the nose?
Yeah.
Yeah.
George, do it to me, brother. Come on.
Yeah. Okay. Then I think one of you has to do outside. Yes. Outside. Yeah.
Careful with the ridge hands. Good way to dislocate your arm.
Yeah. If you do that, yeah, make sure that it's with this.
Don't do it with this. That's a real good way to hurt your wrist.
So yeah, clothesline it. Clothesline it with your forearm instead.
Just want to keep it straight like
Just
this.
keep it up on the bone.
Now, that's probably not.
Well,
Going,
it's his neck is not strong enough to hyperextend your elbow.
that's probably not going to kill him. But whenever he falls down, you can stomp on his throat.
Yeah.
All right, probably gonna do
Yeah, it's your turn.
Oh, like outside, okay.
Outside of his left. Your left. Yeah.
Ooh. Ta!
What else you gonna do? Knocked him down. Go
Ta!
ahead and go on down the floor.
Ta!
There you go.
Ta!
I don't know. I was kind of looking forward to the upside down side joke.
Good
What
do that.
I was going for is just.
I know. But I was talking about do this. So you got your phone.
Yeah.
Take him here, and you
Oh.
take him this way.
and break his freaking neck.
Yeah. And then if
It would work.
and then if he isn't cooperating with that, then you step back and boom and put in.
Blaze his head.
Put on
with
camera
razors.
this morning?
But it's like if he's just deciding to fall down, then you just grab his head and go boom into the pavement, and there you go.
Yeah.
So you get a
On the
two
way
where
out.
you got yeah. Get soccer kick in. All right. Stretching. Yes.
Spent a lot of time talking today.
Yeah.
That's right.
Okay.
But all the damage on bone right there would cause me.
So yeah, the Ray Redemption's on Netflix. Go look it up. It's really good.
I might look at it this weekend. Yolanda's going to Kansas City for the weekend.
Festival,
Renaissance Fair starts this weekend. Yeah.
Renaissance Fair, isn't that like, people dressed up in Norwegian outfits? and
Well,
swords and all that?
medieval
Medieval, yeah.
knights and ladies,
Oh, yeah.
court and all that stuff. Jesters.
Oh, speaking of which, I really need to watch the movie Excalibur.
Which one?
Excalibur?
The old
Excalibur.
one with Liam Neeson?
Yeah.
It sucks, but you get to see a 23-year-old, what's her name? Helen
Mirren.
Helen Mirren naked.
Really?
She is quite lovely.
I saw a movie called Excalibur, which like didn't have anyone famous in it, and it must not be the same
Well,
story.
this one was Liam Neeson's first big role. Excalibur.
Which was it? 1987.
This is later than that, or earlier than that. 81, maybe 82.
I was thinking early 80s.
There was a ridiculous scene in there where he's making love wearing his armor. So he's just standing there going, I'm like,
He just took
that is the most uncomfortable way to have sex.
he just like took the godpiece out.
Apparently.
Yeah.
Just couldn't wait.
Yeah, like the women having sex with Peter Dinklage in Game of Thrones.
Well, they said, okay, now you heard what he said about that, right? About being a dwarf. He says, everything is regular size except for my legs and arms.
And that is actually medically accurate.
Yes.
Ah.
But he doesn't have a little schmeckle. He's
With
really
with-
well hung
with
for
real-
his size.
With real life dwarves, the condition itself only affects the skeleton. So all soft tissues are their regular size. That's why they look so kind of stunty, is because their arms and everything, all this soft tissue is compressed into a tiny arm. That's why they kind of are
Are
stocky
bulky.
looking.
Yeah.
Yeah. And why eventually they run into issues because and sometimes have to be in wheelchairs because their hips fall out basically.
But yeah, he explained that in Game of Thrones.
And no wonder that barbarian lady, the new D&D movie, had it tight.
I haven't seen that movie.
Michelle Rodriguez.
It's really good.
Yeah,
Is it-
Michelle
It
Rodriguez.
did not deserve to bomb the way it did. It was really
That's got
good.
It was
Pine-
really awful.
Chris Pine in it?
Yes.
And Michelle Rodriguez, she played a barbarian warrior who had an ex-husband dwarf. Now she has a new boyfriend dwarf.
Yeah, Bradley Cooper plays the dwarf.
Michelle Rodriguez.
She
She's from
Fast and
Fast and Furious.
Furious.
Never seen one of them.
What was it? Planet Terror?
she was on Lost for a while.
Didn't see it.
Her first movie was a Disney movie about rollerblading.
Certainly didn't see that.
I didn't see
Who's the
that.
girl who plays Wednesday Addams now?
Oh,
Jenna Ortega.
Jenna Ortega. Yeah, she's also going to be in the new Beetlejuice. One other writer will be, I think her mother.
Really?
Catherine O'Hara will be back.
Is the Beetlejuice? Is he going to be the same?
Michael
Yes.
Keaton. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, of course.
Catherine O'Hara.
Well, at least.
She was in.
Okay,
the
so
first one.
it's a sequel. Then it's not a redo.
It's a sequel, yeah.
Okay, that's different.
Yeah,
That's
it's a
different.
sequel.
I think Michael Keaton's doing following Harrison Ford's playbook, cashing in on all his old IPs before he's dead.
Michael Keaton wanted to do a sequel to Beetlejuice. He said he would do it if he was on the ass.
How they did in
Well, he's been doing pretty good on those
But-
Spider-Man movies.
But it's
Yeah.
like that's what Harrison Ford said. They said, "Well, aren't you getting a little old for doing all these tired franchises that you were a part of. It's like it's like,
I made $100 million for y'all.
I once saw the sketch whenever like they were messing up Star Wars, and it was like Harrison Ford back up here after Star
I do
Wars
like
as Indiana
the
Jones.
Wednesday
Stop caring.
yeah.
show.
Huh?
I did watch the Wednesday show.
I haven't seen it yet, but
It's,
I
it's
I
a
like
little,
the character.
It's a little slow in areas, but it's not bad.
I like what Christina Ricci did with the character.
Oh, yeah.
That school reminds me of Hogwarts.
Of what?
That school reminds me of Hogwarts. There's mysteries
School.
everywhere. Yeah, that school, Nevermore on Wednesday.
Hogwarts. What?
You know,
What?
You've never seen Harry Potter?
or read the
No.
books?
Beat this man
No.
where he stands.
I did see I didn't see one in the very beginning. I did see one where there's a bulldog in the beginning. I think that was called the third one.
That's Prisoner of Azkaban.
Okay, I did see
A
that
bulldog,
part.
bulldog.
Who has the bulldog?
Aunt Marge has a bulldog.
Aunt Marge.
Oh, yeah.
Marge. She let green line.
Yeah. Until she flies away.
Yeah,
Such a minor character.
she blows up like a balloon.
You gotta start that first, man.
Yeah.
They're really good.
I don't even know that they are.
The books are better.
The books are
Books-
good.
Books have got more in.
The only thing that I say is that the Deathly Hallows movies are better than the Deathly Hallows book, in my opinion. I think that the story of Deathly Hallows works better as visually than as a book. In the book, like it goes along at a nice pace, and then suddenly you go, and now we're at the climax. You're like, wait, what? And
Now-
it
now,
kind of
Chris,
hits you fast.
I listened to
The
it
only
on
thing
all
that
that.
I feel like
And it all
they
depends
did
on
better
the reader.
movie in the Deathly Hallows was the fight scene between Harry and Voldemort.
Yeah.
So they tore down the old Lachimitas restaurant.
Yep, they did.
Mhm.
Yeah, they did.
The place was there for a long time.
I remember their initial plan was they were going to move and then put a different Mexican restaurant in
And
there.
they did,
But apparently
but
wasn't
it failed.
They just moved Lachimitas down the road.
Like I think they said we're going to try to sell like more traditional Mexican food there, and they didn't.
But they ended up selling it to somebody else.
Yeah, everybody goes to La Chinita. I mean, just that's the good Mexican places right there. So
I like their food. Yolanda's not fond of it.
yeah,
We don't go there often. I like it.
and they're nice.
Part of why I like it.
Yeah.
They're nice.
Place I've been in a long time is Connie's.
We were at Connie's a couple of months ago.
Yeah.
Hasn't changed much.
That's one of the things that you can get to. It's like if you can establish yourself as a restaurant and become a place to go, then like you almost can just put it on cruise control. As long as you keep the quality of the food and service high, then you sometimes it's like don't even change a thing. Like you'll just piss people off if you just stay the same and we're good.
We don't, I mean, prices are going up universally
Yes.
everywhere.
Yeah, but I'm talking about like taking some. That's gonna be somebody's favorite thing that you just removed from the menu.
Well, yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
But they serve you, everybody serves you something that much food.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like,
Yeah.
oh my God, I'm trying to watch my weight.
Yeah. Sometimes you look at the menu and you're like, well, today's a cheat day
I can
because
have,
there is nothing on this menu that.
yeah, I can have pozole, that's about it.
Yeah.
And I blow it with all the soup.
Yeah.
Then I blow it with all the chips.
Yeah.
Salsa.
Speaking of that, there's a place called Pizzoli's Italian place.
Pozzoles, yeah.
It's always yeah.
Freaking
That's pozzoles, not puzzle.
the breadsticks are awesome.
Yeah, there's two of them in town.
Yeah, there's
One
one
up
on Rock
north,
Road.
one up north and one out west.
Is there Schlotzsky's in Wichita?
That's
too?
breadsticks
yeah,
yeah.
there and got Olive Garden.
Olive Garden's okay.
Been there a couple times in the past.
Olive Garden's the one where there's nothing on the menu that's under 1,000 calories
Including the salad.
except for one dish. I
Including
saw
the
it's just
salad.
like I think what it was like the shrimp scampi was like 800 calories. So you just have to commit. I'm eating 1,000 calories
Right.
for lunch.
Salad and soup, you think you're getting away easy?
Nope.
1,500 calories. Right.
Yeah.
It's because they use a real thick Italian dressing.
Yeah.
So unlimited breadsticks.
And that's what else get to.
Well, they do that with Fazoli's also.
500 calories of breadstick.
Yeah, they do.
And Fazoli's, I think Fazoli's breadsticks are way better than Olive Garden's. Personally.
Pizzoli's breadsticks are awesome.
And they're a hell of a lot cheaper. The whole meal is.
Texas Roadhouse has got some awesome,
Oh, their rolls.
yeah, rolls. I'm like, I gotta stop eating this. I gotta eat my meal.
We go to Logan's. We tried Texas Roadhouse. It's okay.
It's always packed.
So we go to Logan's. When she wants a steak, that's where we go.
Never been Logan's yet.
Because I can get a nice piece of fish and chicken there too.
Yeah.
They always look at me like I'm crazy, but can't eat beef, people. What are you doing in the steakhouse? Looking for a piece of fish.
We got chicken.
They got a cheesy chicken that's way too salty. It makes your blood pressure go right up through your ears. But they do have some pretty nice mushrooms. Played with about 10 mushrooms, cat stuffed mushrooms.
Yeah. Okay. Let us stand. He's like the church of yoga.
Say that fundamentalists are having closed down. Parading with signs, devil worshippers.
You guys just quit?
What do you got? Left you behind. They both went, yeah, we're ready.
Yes.
Hey, I lasted longer than
Working on getting this hip stretched out wide. I think it's working. Sometimes you have to dab in order to stay balanced.
Yes.
You're a good movie, there you go.
Yeah. You know what I mean when I say dab, right? Yeah.
I'm old, I'm not.
Yeah. Oh, I realized we didn't stretch the hips. Thought something didn't feel right.
Oh,
Yeah.
we only got a couple minutes.
Yep.
I sent out an email last week about the best of Wichita. Vote for me.
I did.
Check your emails.
for president.
Best.
Best in Wichita.
Best
Yeah.
Jim.
Oh, good. I wasn't gonna vote for you anyway.
Oh, hell no. I'm sorry, I've done one that joke.
And you're definitely not qualified for best restaurant.
No.
This will be the worst restaurant I've ever eaten, and all they do is punch you in the face. And spread Lysol.
Every
And they charge you a lot for the
they hand out free
Did
pizzas.
you my dues this morning?
I did, thank you very much.
They hand out free pizzas.
But you get hit for it, so.
Yeah.
Yeah. You did.
Ready?
Hey.
Good job, everybody.